afternoon and welcome to the Tiger TV Tailgate Show. I'm Santiago Rodriguez and I'm joined by Jayla London and Nadia Romo. How are we guys feeling?
I'm feeling good, Santiago. The anticipation is creeping in ahead of this big-time matchup.
I agree. I was a little surprised when I woke up this morning and it was raining outside, but I'm here for it and I'm ready.
It's good that it got better, but the number 20 LSU Tigers returned to Death Valley to face the number 9 Texas A&M Aggies. How are we feeling?
I'm a little nervous for this one. I know the Tigers have struggled against big-time opponents and in pressured moments, but I'm hoping they can pull it together tonight.
I'm feeling relieved that the Tigers are back in Death Valley tonight. I think that's exactly what Garrett Nussmeier and this offense needs going into this game. The Tigers started the season strong, but they haven't been consistent. It's week 9, and I'm really looking for them to get back in sync and work together as a cohesive unit.
That's right, Nadia. Looking back to last week, the Tigers fell short in Vanderbilt, 24-31. The game was a close head-to-head matchup from the quarterback. They allowed too many yards from Vandy's quarterback, causing a mismatch between Pavia and the Tigers' defense. Brian Kelly says the goal tonight is to limit offensive turnovers, and how much they allow Marcel Reed to run the ball will be a key in tonight's matchup.
Planning, for what we have to do defensively, and it starts with you have to stop the run. They have, and we just mentioned, they have guys now that can push the ball down the field. So if you put an 8-man box there, you're going to get one-on-one down the field. So that's why they're number 3 in the country and scored 40 points in 2 out of the last 3 games, I think.
Yeah, guys, as Coach Kelly said, Texas A&M is an elite team, but the Tigers will have to win tonight. And Texas A&M, so we're talking Texas A&M, they're undefeated. Do you guys think that Texas A&M is going to be able to maintain undefeated tonight?
I don't know, Santiago. I think this game is really going to be a close one. We know Death Valley is a difficult place to play in, so it'll be interesting to see how they come out.
I think no matter what, they really have to want it for themselves. It comes down to what they want inside and their hearts too.
This could be a game that could mean way more than just a win for both football programs. It's not only going to be an easy win, but it's just one team is striving for perfection while the other one is trying to survive. LSU and Texas A&M are facing off in Tiger Stadium in a do-or-die matchup for the Bayou Bengals. The biggest challenge for this team yet, as they face the number 3 Aggies, who are undefeated, and the number 1 in the SEC.
We have a great opportunity this weekend in Tiger Stadium. To play the number 3 team in the country. That's exciting. And we believe the way we're moving, if we continue to get better on both sides of the ball, we're prepared to win the game.
This could be a historic one for Texas A&M, who are looking to get their first victory in Death Valley since 1994.
We now turn our attention to LSU. Obviously a big opportunity, a big stage, a chance to go down to Baton Rouge for what will be a very big game in a hostile environment. And so another opportunity for this program to take a step forward.
This week, the Tigers will face a good rushing offense. The Aggies, led by Marcel Reed, average about 200 rushing yards per game. Last week, the Tigers had a rough experience against Diego Pavia, who scrambled and ran for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns.
We feel like we game planned and knew what his abilities are in terms of his ability to scramble. We had people that were assigned for that, and we just didn't execute at the highest level.
Kelly said similar comments last year after allowing Reed to score 3 rushing touchdowns, and then Jalen Milroe scored 4 touchdowns the following game. This defense will need to step up and show how much they have improved in that regard. Texas A&M's defense also has to rise to the occasion, coming from Arkansas and allowing 42 points and more than 500 yards.
We can't play defense like we played on Saturday against anybody and be successful.
The Aggies are coming into this game as favorites, but will have to give everything against an LSU team that has their season on the line. Tonight will definitely be the toughest challenge for LSU this year, as this Brian Kelly team is going to face their highest-ranked opponent in the Garrett Nussmeier era.
Next up, we'll have reporter Cassidy Trepanier in the studio with your game day forecast. What can you tell us, Cassidy?
Welcome back. Let's get into the game day weather for Texas versus LSU. So as we look around 12 p.m., which is usually the time people go tailgating, it will be 79 degrees. Going into 3 p.m., it will be 78 degrees, and we're expected to see a high of 83 degrees that day. Now, besides the temperatures, it will be raining at a constant all day at a 90% chance. So make sure if you're going to the game that you're very protected and that you are staying paying attention to the weather for your area. At 6 p.m., which is also around the time of kickoff, which is 6:30, it will be 74 degrees, and going into that nighttime around 9 p.m., it will be 68 degrees. We're expected to see a low of 63 degrees that night. Like I said, it will be raining constantly from morning to night, so make sure you're staying prepared for that weather. That's all I have for now. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Cassidy. We right now have world-renowned chef Jake
Oh
Ducote.
my goodness, Jake Ducote, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. How are you all today?
Thank you.
We're doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I brought an Aggie friend over here as well. Show him your shirt. You show him your shirt.
I'm infiltrating.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited. We did not know you were coming today, so this is a huge surprise.
Well, look, I heard Tiger TV was broadcasting live from the journalism building, and I said, I've got extra alligator sauce pecan, and I need to go drop it off. That's what you're getting right now.
Amazing.
It's a little sausage, some alligator, all the Cajun goodness that you would expect. Got a nice little spice to it.
That's amazing.
That's
I'm
awesome.
actually from Mexico and I've never tried alligator.
Oh,
so
there you go.
I'm really excited for this.
All right. Well,
I'm excited as well.
Well, good. I'm glad.
If you want to
Feel
hold
free.
this while
Oh,
we eat.
sure.
All right, let's
I
see.
can.
Well, let's see how
I'm happy to hold this while you eat. Absolutely. Yeah, so I was on Tiger TV earlier this week, which is incredible.
Really?
So my second time on Tiger TV this
That's
week.
amazing.
So thanks for having me back. And Justin here. Justin, you come over here. Justin's a professional fisherman. He does all sorts of fishing content, has a fishing YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. And he just did an alligator hunt in Louisiana yesterday. How was that?
I was happy to contribute. Gator hunting, though, that's a little something new. Y'all do it a little different down here.
Yeah.
I've caught a lot of things on strings, but pulling a full-grown gator in, that's a little something different, man.
Was it like right out of Swamp People?
It was. It literally was. And y'all are eating it right now.
See, that's mind-blowing to me. I'm from Colorado, and so coming down here, I had no idea about all the Cajun foods until I came here. So my mind is blown.
Well,
This
there
is
you go.
amazing. The spice, amazing.
So the sausage is a Cajun smoked pork sausage, but the little white meat in there, that's the alligator.
Okay, I have a quick question for you. When it comes to tailgating, what's your go-to tailgate meal? What's something that you have to cook each tailgate?
So I love a big pot of something, right? So today it was the alligator sauce pecan in a big Bayou Classic stainless steel kettle, but a big cast iron cauldron of gumbo or jambalaya or red beans and rice or something like that's one of my favorites. And then I love bringing the deep fryer out and frying fish, frying chicken wings, frying frog legs. Anything like that is a great tailgate food.
Sounds wonderful.
We really appreciate you guys crashing into the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all so much for the food. I appreciate it.
And it's
Thank you.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
And it's time to go to break, but coming back, we're going to see the playmakers that could change the outcome of this game. Don't go anywhere.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Tonight could be a quarterback battle between Garrett Nussmeier and Marcel Reed. Let's start talking about LSU's quarterback. Nussmeier has had complications during the season dealing with a torso injury that has definitely slowed him down during the season. Right before facing Texas A&M last year, his numbers look way different than what they look right now. He had 2,226 yards, averaging 318 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Now in 2025, after 7 games, he has regressed as he only has 1,638 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. The Aggies quarterback, Marcel Reed, has had more than 1,770 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. What makes him so special is his ability of running the football. Last year, when things got ugly when he got into the game against LSU, he completely got his defense by surprise by rushing 3 rushing touchdowns coming from the bench with 3 consecutive offensive drives. Reed has only played against 3 ranked opponents, beating LSU in 2024, losing to Texas in 2024, and then winning on the road against Notre Dame. The story is very different for Garrett Nussmeier. His biggest challenge so far has been playing against ranked opponents, as he's only won 2 out of 7, including that Texas A&M last year in College Station. And he hasn't always played to the fans' expectations, scoring 12 passing touchdowns and 9 interceptions. This game is not only crucial for Nussmeier right now, but also for his draft stock, as he's definitely fallen. He went from being a Heisman candidate during the preseason to now falling in that race. Marcel Reed is actually number 4, only behind Ty Simpson, Mendoza, and Zion.
Texas A&M is going for their 8th straight win, and Marcel Reed is hoping to bring home more than just a victory.
Marcel Reed's Heisman campaign is heating up, and tonight's SEC rematch with LSU could be the defining moment that sets him apart. Mike Elko says Reed's overall performance from last season until now is coming full circle.
I think now what you see as a kid, so much more confident, so much more comfortable, still the same athlete, still capable of making plays with his feet, but also now able to sit in a pocket and deliver the football at a much, much higher level.
Last year, Reed finished the season with 1,864 passing yards, 547 rushing yards, and 15 total touchdowns. So far this season, he sits at 1,770 passing yards, 241 rushing yards, and 15 total touchdowns. With 5 games left on the board, Reed is looking to exceed his 2024 season stats drastically. After last week's win over Arkansas, Reed moves up to number 4 as a Heisman favorite. The matchup tonight against the Tigers is a defining moment for Reed's Heisman run. A big performance could put him in the national spotlight. LSU players talk about what it will take to stop his dual threat game.
We just have to do a good job inside. It starts with us, tip the spirit of defense, the D-tackle room, and, balancing the rushes and everything. Remaining firm in our gaps, and everybody else is trusting their eyes and trusting what they know, their keys, and it shouldn't even be a factor.
He became the man for Texas A&M. Now can he become the next Heisman winner?
Under the lights in Death Valley, we'll see if Marcel Reed's Heisman hopes survive this must-win game.
The Purple and Gold have been going through a rough patch on the field, but I've got 3 keys for LSU to stay undefeated at home. At number 1, we have stopping the Reed run. The LSU defense has done their job fairly well this season, but there is still one gray area of this Tiger defense, and that is limiting the mobility of running quarterbacks. We saw Diego Pavia absolutely torch Harold Perkins last Saturday, and Marcel Reed will be no different tonight if the Tigers do not adapt quickly. With Whit Weeks once again absent from this defense, playing discipline will be crucial. At number 2, we have extending plays and converting third downs. A&M has the second best third down defense in the country, which poses a huge threat to this unstable LSU offense. LSU has consistently struggled to convert third downs and to extend plays altogether, resulting in more field goals than touchdowns. Making the most out of each offensive possession and just clock management as a whole will be mandatory if the Tigers want a good chance at evening the playing field tonight in Death Valley. And number 3, get going on the ground. The LSU run game has shown improvement this season, but it is nowhere near where it should be with the running back depth we have on the roster. This A&M defense will be dominant. Edge rusher Cassius Howell will do his best to make this offense uncomfortable. Once again, it will be a matter of how quickly LSU is able to adapt to A&M's offensive and defensive agility. Earlier this week, Coach Brian Kelly said his team self-destructed against A&M last year with turnovers that plagued the LSU offense. Taking care of the football with the forecasted slick conditions will be crucial and vital to the come out of tonight's game.
Now the Aggies are currently first in the SEC, and here's three things they'll need to do against the Tigers. At number 1, we have pressuring Nussmeier. The offense has struggled all season long to protect Nussmeier. He's given up 9 sacks and 5 interceptions so far this season. Now if the Aggies can take advantage of his weak running game and really put the pressure on, they might just have a chance of winning their first game in Death Valley since 1994. At number 2, we have a united front. Last week, the Aggie defense gave up 268 total rushing yards against Arkansas, which is the most that they've given up this season. Tonight, the defense needs to play together and communicate at a high level. Everyone must be on the same page and focus on stopping the run as a team. Now at number 3, we have Marcel Reed. He put up his best game last week against Arkansas, completing 72% of his 32 passes for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mike Elgo says that he was calm in the pocket and he had a clean game. Reed needs to bring that momentum into tonight and create trouble for the defense. In the past, the LSU defense has struggled against multiple quarterbacks, but Reed can really put the pressure on them.
We're about to go to break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at how this game means forward for both teams.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Tiger TV Tailgate Show.
While the LSU A&M rivalry is reasonably premature in comparison to other storied matchups like the Magnolia Bowl, this game has quickly become one worth grabbing your popcorn for, with a historic moment hanging in the rafters.
In 2018, the LSU A&M football meeting cemented its spot in college football history, becoming the highest-scoring SEC game to date. Today, these programs are scheduled to face off each year from 2026 to 2029 as permanent SEC rivals.
I've faced them every year since I've been here, so this is just a normal occasion. It's tough to play there, and it's tough for them to play at Tiger Stadium. Two teams that will compete hard, and I think it's going to be a great matchup each and every year.
The 2019 national champions defeated A&M inside of Tiger Stadium in a way only they could, scoring 50 points to A&M's 7. The Tigers currently hold a 35-21 winning record over the Aggies, and LSU students say they are hopeful and excited ahead of this anticipated matchup.
I think that Texas A&M versus LSU is going to be an up-and-coming rivalry.
I'm super excited for the game this weekend. Texas A&M is such a big rivalry. We always win when we're at home, and we're going to win this weekend. Go Tigers.
In the past 7 years, these powerhouse programs have gone back and forth, with LSU coming out victorious every game in Death Valley and the Aggies in Kyle Field.
The preparation for this started in spring ball. I think it's been an ongoing process for us. It's certainly not news to us that we're going to have to go play in some hostile environments on the road.
I'm eagerly waiting to witness the role Death Valley plays in this one tonight. What about you guys?
Yeah, Jayla, I thought not a lot of people were going to come because of the weather, but a lot of people are here around, and it's going to be a good one.
No matter what, everyone shows up, and I think they really need to take this for this game tonight. When we'll get back from the break, we'll hear from a very special guest, and you won't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Tailgate Show. We're here with Matt Moscona. He is the host of the After Further Review and a sports director at 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. He's also the host of Locked on LSU podcast, and he is a contributor at LouisianaSports.net. Matt is also a former Manship grad. Matt, thank you so much for being here with us.
My pleasure.
So tell me about the vibes around Baton Rouge right now with Texas A&M coming in today to Tiger Stadium.
Vibes have been better. You lose to Vanderbilt for the first time in 35 years, and people aren't super thrilled about that. But
for sure,
it is a great opportunity. I think the LSU-Texas A&M rivalry has been bred naturally, and I think those are the best ones, where it's not forced, kind of like LSU-Arkansas was for so many years in that Friday after Thanksgiving spot. But when you have this go the way it has, really starting in 2018 with the 7 overtime game, you know, this is something where there's a lot of natural bred hatred, and so I think Tiger fans are looking forward to an opportunity to maybe hang a first loss on Texas A&M.
And tell me about Garrett Nussmeier. He's played 7 ranked teams throughout the 2024 and 2025 season, and he's lost 5 of those games. He's only beat Ole Miss and Clemson this year. He's scored 12 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. What do you makes you believe that Garrett Nussmeier can win this game?
Yeah, it's hard to win against ranked teams. It's hard to win in the SEC. It's hard to win on the road. You know, I think context matters in a lot of those. 2024, LSU's defense wasn't very good.
You're right.
That sort of flipped this year. I think a lot of the issues have stemmed from the offensive line. But why can Garrett do it? Because we've seen him do it. You mentioned he did it against Ole Miss. They won on the road at Clemson this year. There's a formula for LSU to do it. When they're healthy and playing well. This team is capable, I think, of beating anybody on the schedule. But as we've seen against Ole Miss, it's Vanderbilt, albeit road games, they're also capable of losing to anybody on the schedule as well.
And talking about Garrett, he's going to face a lot of pressure this weekend. Texas A&M is top 10 in sacks. His O-line hasn't been great. How can this O-line prepare for a game like this when they haven't been playing to that standard and they're having injuries?
Yeah, I don't know that you all of a sudden just get better, but I do think the most fascinating part of this game is that Karius Kern, the true freshman 5-star, is going to start at left tackle with Tyree Adams injured. Now, of course, you'd rather have Adams, but I believe Kern is one of your best 5. And getting that talent upgrade on the field, I think, is key. Now, you're probably going to take some lumps, but when you have the higher ceiling, you let him grow into that ceiling. So I'm really excited to see Kern, because I honestly think this is one of those things where we're going to see Karius Kern get a start against Texas A&M, and I don't think he's ever coming out of the lineup for as long as he's at LSU after today.
And weather-wise, it's probably going to rain. We're a couple hours.
No, it never rains in Tiger Stadium, right?
But it did.
Whoever started that rumor, it's the biggest load of bull. I've sat in so many games in that stadium, just getting just a deluge, getting drenched. Yes, it rains in Tiger Stadium all the time. It rains in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, no, I was part of that Bama game last year, and it definitely rained. How do you think rain can impact this game?
Typically with rain, it's harder to move the ball offensively. Not great for LSU, but I think it probably assists the LSU defense in slowing down Texas A&M's offense a little bit. So I think the rain might actually, if it does rain during the game, might actually help LSU a little bit.
Score prediction, who's going to win and why?
It would be disingenuous for me to do anything other than pick A&M. Probably like a 30-20 type game. But I do think LSU has a great opportunity because they've got history on their side. It's a night game in Tiger Stadium. I think the Tigers have a shot to keep it close and make a play late and win.
Perfect. Well, that's all the time that we have for this interview. Matt, thank you for being here. During Thursday's press conference, Brian Kelly told the media his team has been practicing with wet footballs to adapt better to tonight's rain.
Yeah, Santiago, hopefully that gives the Tigers some advantage. Now, coming up after the break, we have the injury report and other picks for the games going on right now. We'll be right back.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Tiger TV Game Day Show.
For tonight's game, this is LSU's most updated injury report. Out for tonight is defensive end Gabriel Relaford and offensive lineman Tyree Adams with an ankle sprain. Listed as doubtful is linebacker Whit Weeks, and Bernard Gooden is now available for the Tigers. for the Aggies. Safeties Bryce Anderson and Rashad Johnson Jr. are out for tonight, along with running back Le'Veon Moss.
Now let's take a look at some other games that are going on in college football. First, number 15, Missouri against number 10, Vanderbilt. I love this Vanderbilt offense. Like Divo Pavia, how he scrambles, I'm going to have to take the Commodores.
Yeah, me too. I have to take Vandy on this one. Looked like a well-oiled machine last weekend against the Tigers, and I don't think anything's going to change tonight.
I'm going to have to agree with that. I think whether we want to admit it or not, Vanderbilt is on the up right now, and they're showing no signs of slowing down.
Next up, ranked 4th, Alabama against unranked South Carolina. Alabama has been playing great ever since they lost to FSU, and South Carolina hasn't looked the same way as 2024. Going to have to take Bama.
I also have to take Bama on this one. Ty Simpson is flawless in the pocket. He has a beautiful arm that I think is going to be on full display tonight.
I'm going to have to third that as well. Alabama is taking the dub for sure. They're on a 6-win game streak, and they are hot right now.
Now, number 6, Oregon against Wisconsin. I think this is an easy one. Oregon is a very explosive offense. They average 500 yards per game. What do you think, Jill?
Freshman wide receiver DeCorian Moore has been absolutely electric for this Oregon Ducks offense. I think he's going to be amazing tonight as well. I got to go Oregon.
I'm going to have to copy you guys again. I'm going to say Oregon. Dante Moore is on fire. We saw that game against Penn State earlier in the season. He really is that guy.
Last but definitely not least, we're going to talk about tonight's matchup. LSU against Texas A&M. Jayla?
I'm going to plead the fifth on this one, Santiago. I think this game really comes down to adaptability. Who shows up in this big moment?
I'm going to have to take the Tigers. I think being back in Death Valley tonight is exactly what we need. Garrett Nussmeier needs to get his offense going and really put those points up early.
Despite us being in this amazing atmosphere, I think that Texas A&M is going to win tonight. I think Texas A&M is going to pressure Garrett Nussmeier. They're top 10 in sacks, so I think that's going to be the key for Texas A&M to win. That's our wrap-up. Thank you for tuning in to Tiger TV's Tailgate Show. Be sure to check out our website at tigertv.tv and follow us on social media at LSU Tiger TV.
And don't forget to watch our very own podcast, The Purple Room, on Fridays on YouTube and on Spotify.
I'm Santiago Rodriguez.
I'm Jayla London.
And I'm Nadia Romo.
Happy game day!